Hello everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a quick video, and I mean quick because in 45 minutes we have the Brian Kohberger trial hearing going on, and I definitely don't want to miss that. And I've got so many other things I got to do. We're going to jump right in. As you know, so many pleas, so many pleas, so many pleas. Now we had Stephan pleading guilty to however many SA charges, and then he pled no contest for the unaliving of Maddie. So I just have a few questions. I just kind of want to get some messages from Maddie. How does she feel about it? Why wasn't her mother in the courtroom? Okay, you know, if that was my child, I would have to be 6 feet in the ground, not to be physically in the room. And if I was 6 feet in the ground, my spirit would be in that courtroom. You know, I would not miss it. And maybe I would haunt a few asses while I was in the courtroom in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It just angers me to no end how a mother could disregard her child to the point that she wouldn't even show up to the unaliving of her child, making sure justice was being served. Seriously. I could go on and on and on, but I don't want any fluff. I just want to get right into the reading. But I'm focusing on her energy as I am shuffling the cards. Once again, I ask the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to keep myself, the reader, and you, the viewers, protected against any negative energies, negative entities that mean to cause malice, harm, and only allow spirits of the light and allow Maddie to come through today. And I ask this and ask for truth in the great mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay, let's get going. Let's start with the Connections Oracle. Okay. Reunion. Someone else. Slow down. Okay. This is like a personal message for me. To breathe, basically. That there is somebody else here besides Maddie. It's a reunion. So I'm feeling more like my grandmother's around me right now, and she's telling me to hold up, Jen, hold up. Slow down. Breathe. So that message was directly for me. Okay. So let's go ahead and try this again. Maddie, how are you feeling about Stephan? Now let's keep in mind that a no contest plea, it's not exactly admitting guilt, but taking responsibility. It's not like him saying, "Oh, I did it." He's just not fighting the claim. It's not admitting guilt, which makes me raise an eyebrow or two. And she's telling me just to cut the deck. Okay. Harmony. See both sides. Endurance, a lot to go through. This is kind of strange for me. And I think a lot of us have this problem. We dive into these cases, and sometimes And I'm looking at the imagery too, and I'm seeing things beyond just the words and stuff. I'm getting a very strong message that we have to look at all sides of the story. Not just the prosecution, not just Stearns, not just the mother, the defense, whatever, but look at all angles. Because sometimes we can get tunnel vision into one way of thinking and we can't see the bigger picture. Even though Spirit understands that it's a lot to go through. There's a lot to process. From the Idaho 4 case to this case to Harmony Montgomery and all the other cases, Sebastian Rogers. It's like, take a step back. Don't point the finger. Just look at things. And there might be more to it, even though there might be a lot to go through and sift through. And I'm being told to sift through the illusions. I know what's an illusion and what is truth. Stamina. And having the stamina to do this. It takes a lot of energy to channel these. Confrontation. Okay. Now we're kind of getting a little bit more into Madeline's story. What she wants to talk about. You know, there were, and there's a letter A. I don't know why the letter A is standing out to me. But I'm getting this, if you look here, this is like a mirrored image, but one slightly different than the other. But it's like half a face on each side. Oh, head trauma. Head trauma. She's talking about her head having head trauma. That there was a confrontation. This is why she does, despite the god-awful things that Stephan Stern has done, need to look at the bigger picture and not narrow our focus. And her ordeals with Stephan, somehow she found that inner strength to push through and find the stamina. When she was younger, she didn't know any better. When she found out what was right and wrong with what was going on in her house, you know, she still pushed through it. But what led to her passing dealt with a confrontation. Calm, scattered mind. And you know what? Gemini. Well, my head's hurting right now, so she's definitely coming through, and it's with my third eye, around my third eye, so she's definitely pushing through. And remember, this reading is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, not based on fact, just my interpretation of the cards, my opinion. Throw your own cards, do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm just a crazy old blonde throwing cards here. Okay. She reminded me to do that. Again, there's this element of breathing. Head trauma and breathing problems. So it's almost like she got hit in the head and her airways being restricted. Okay. And look at the image. What does that remind you of? Allegedly speaking. That's two feminines. Let me just leave it there. Confrontation. Then we have the father energy. The man of the house in charge entering the scene here. Caution. Taking precautionary measures. Oh, there's suspicious activity. Okay. The confrontation between the two females over the suspicious activity of the male. That had happened over time. Okay. I'm getting a lot of intuitive hits here. Daisy, hush. In all honesty, it just feels like the fight between two females was over the masculine. Okay. I'm feeling like jealousy issues. Very strong jealousy issues. I forgot to cover my decks last night. Who knows, I may start reading again downstairs as I'm cleaning up down there. I'm keeping my main cards down there because, I don't know. I'm getting tired of the dust. But I like my setup here. We'll see. Okay. Can you elaborate on this situation? And I feel like I'm connecting to Maddie, but my grandmother is here also. I think my grandmother is kind of guiding Maddie right now. My grandmother was, even on Earth, when she was in physical form, was always a protector. Ace of Air. Yeah, communication. It was a hostile communication. And I'm also seeing, you know what? Yes, you are. I'm getting a confirmation I am correct. My grandmother is definitely here helping Maddie to communicate. Because it feels like Maddie struggles with communication. That's what I'm getting. I don't care what anybody else says. Thoughts. Yes, this is Eight of Swords energy. Because Maddie overthinks things and gets caught up in what she wants to say. So yes, my grandmother is there assisting Maddie. Okay, that is just a confirmation. All right. All right. Okay, Grandma, Maddie, can we get into the situation itself? About this leader, the masculine, that is Stephan. Inner child. Healing. She's healing her inner child. She is healing from this. North Node. Fate. This is a very spiritual level communication, because she's telling me that with Stephan, it was destiny, the way things unfolded, in order for her to heal from other past life wounds. Okay. What about Mama? I have one of these I shit you not moments. Mama, there's the storm. there is the storm. That's the Tower energy. And she's guarded right now. Union. I'm getting, she's answering questions before they're even asked. Okay? She is definitely saying there was the storm and Mama is being protected by others, maybe her own family. Yes, somebody offered her protection to shield her from the storm that was happening around her with this trial, so that she can maintain her freedom. So, Mama Dearest, had made decisions that she could not go back from. And she is very closed off and a lot of disharmony with her. But she's very closed off to any kind of emotions, anything dealing with Maddie. And she's not even trying to communicate with Maddie. There's a lot of triggers here. And Mama needs to feel like she's in control and stamp out any emotions associated with this, because her number one priority is self-preservation. Number one priority is her own stability. I can't go to jail. Apology to the world. Masculine energy. Okay. Meanwhile, Stephan is trying to apologize to the world in his own way about his part in everything. What he did to Maddie and his part in the unaliving. Karma is coming. Toxicity. And we got fate once again. It's like Mama is building up her own karma, and so has Stephan. Maddie, on the other hand, has resolved past life karma through this whole ordeal. As awful as this ordeal has been, that how we view it through human eyes. On this side, it is very difficult for us to view tragedy and injustice from a spiritual point of view. Now, she's on the other side. The 4 Idaho students are on the other side. They view things differently. And Maddie's not viewing this from a place of hatred and despise. But you see this heart here. She's viewing everything from a place of love. And she's repeating that this had to happen. There was no way to stop it. If it wasn't Stephan, it would have been somebody else. She's telling me that this is something she had to go through. It was part of her destiny, her North Node, her life mission. When she incarnated, she knew her life was going to be cut short. Excuse me. I'm getting a little choked up. She knew her life was going to be cut short. That this was a journey that she had to go through for unresolved life lessons from past lives and experiences. Her being essayed and unalived was all part of healing inner child and ancestral wounds. Very interesting. So she's She's kind of addressing a lot of things here. And she's definitely stating that she has no ill feelings or hatred towards Stephan. Actually, just the opposite. She's pointing out that that storm was over a special bond, as sick as it sounds to us in human form. But there's a soul level energy here between Maddie and Stephan. Okay? There's past life connections are part of the same soul tribe, is what she's showing me. For entertainment purposes only, allegedly speaking, she's showing me a liver. Stephan, I'm seeing this image probably because it's embedded in my subconscious after watching other videos. But she's showing me a toe tag. Okay? He's never coming out of prison. However, he's not going to be in prison for a long period of time. I cannot put a number on it. I am not God. I cannot predict exactly when this is going to happen. But she's showing me something with his liver. Okay. Something with his liver. Okay. I haven't used this deck in ages. So when I was going through my tarot decks, this one jumped out at me. And I went through it and I'm like, I don't know if I want to use this, but it's a soft deck, soft colors, and I was looking for one of my softer decks, and Maddie liked this one, so Star Child Tarot or Star something, I can't remember the exact name of this, and I think I bought this off of Etsy 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, I can't remember, but it's been a while. I used it on my old OG tarot reading channel, and I've neglected it in recent times, but she really liked this. So, and I just want to ask Maddie point blank, why wasn't her mom in court? I want confirmation in the cards. I want her to speak through the cards. Energetically, I'm feeling it has to do with I don't want anybody, give anybody the chance to draw me into the case, to point a finger at me in any way. Okay, that's the energy that I was getting. I just kind of want confirmation of that. Oh, third time? Yeah, she just said yes. Three's a charm. Three's a charm. The Tower. She's telling me I don't really need any more cards. But there's more here if I want to pull them. Bottom line. If she would have showed up in the courtroom, there would have been an unexpected twist. There would have been a Tower moment for her. And that is what she feared. 8 of Pentacles. Now, I'm looking at this 8 of Pentacles. This reminds me of somebody at a table working on a project, right? This is about work. And also paying attention to the details. A Tower, and I'm getting a Tower moment over the details concerning the family, her family, and something being brought up. 8 of Wands, what the maybe some communications that went back and forth, or sudden action that was taken. This is the Womb. It's also known as the World card, I believe. Yes, 22. The world card in this deck is called the womb, the birth, the ending, the death, and the birth. And she was afraid of how she was going to look to the world over the long haul. She was afraid of daggers and accusations being thrown at her in front of the world, on the world stage. The Fool. And she's trying to work on a new start, a new beginning in life. And her showing up in court would have put that at risk. Magician. Manipulated. Hanged One. And so, yeah, somebody would have taken advantage of her being in court and manipulated that situation in a place that would have hung her out to dry. I'm just getting like Maddie is telling me, especially with this womb card, it would have birthed chaos. And Jenn knew that and was avoiding it because she's already on thin ice. So she's done this disappearing act with the assistance of family or friends. So a couple people helped her to disappear off the scene. And to this day, we have no word where she's at. She's made no appearances. We don't know if she's in a mental institution or a hospital or even still in the freaking country, for that matter. I do want to look under the deck. 7 of Pentacles. Planting and watering. Evaluation. Over the long haul. All the seeds that Jennifer Soto had planted would have sprouted in that courtroom. Page of Wands. The news would have spread like wildfire. Queen of Cups. Witness. Jenn's intuition kicked in and said, stay away. Knight of Cups. Eight of Swords. The Knight of Cups is, to me, is more similar to, yeah, Two of Cups. Stephan's energy. That union would have put her behind bars too. She belongs there. Because he would have brought forth evidence. As it stands right now, Stephan is trying, crazy as it sounds, Stephan still loves Jenn, whether he admits it or not. He's one of the people that he's helping to protect her by not speaking what evidence he has of her involvement, allegedly. Then we have the Queen and King of Swords. Power players with the Four of Wands. These, I usually see these people as people in a place of authority. This is parents and this is house. These are parents that are very logical. These are parents that are analytical and are coming up with a plan. But there is somebody that would have been speaking their truth about the house. But I'm also seeing this as two people are hiding her away. Oh, snap. That's the death card. Okay. She's hiding from the law and truth seekers over Maddie's unaliving. Allegedly speaking. Okay. Was Jenn, Mama Dearest, involved in this? Oh my God! Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. We got El Diablo here. My final thoughts. Stephan didn't do that part, but he sure as hell helped somebody get away with it and helped cover it up. She acted devilish in this. Everything we know about Madeline's, or what we think we know about Madeline's passing, is a lie. And I specifically asked, was Mama Dearest involved in the unaliving? And the devil card came out. I am dropping the freaking mic right now.